Your Excellency, you spoke for 1 hour. I checked my watch, and I have an addendum to make. That's why I was surprised that you didn't want to give me the microphone. There are 2 or 3 issues which are very critical, and I need to bring to your attention. You addressed us for 1 hour. You did not mention the plight of the girl child. Right now in Lango sub-region, in Acholi sub-region, the whole of Uganda, we have child mothers of 9 years, 10 years, 12 years. It is important that the country must come up with a strategic plan to address the issue of the child mothers. Please. And you people who are responsible for child mothers, go and sit down. I don't want to see anybody. Your Excellency, I was also surprised that you have not mentioned one critical issue. I know I've appreciated you before, and you singled me out as somebody who has never given you credit for the good things you do. But I've always done that, where there's credit to give. But on many occasions, you have done well and then you mess it up. So I can't keep quiet. I have to tell you. Because if I don't, they are all protecting their jobs, so they cannot tell you. But at least for me, you get it for free. Your Excellency, allow me to register in Baralegi State Lodge that we, the women of Uganda, and the women of East Africa, and the women of Africa, are very thankful to you for having promoted women in leadership. And for those who don't know, Your Excellency, before even addressing us, you should have recognized that the Vice President has recaptured back the post of the Vice Presidency, because we had it before. That is something which ought to have been appreciated. You should have also have told us that before that you used to have 4 slots in the office of the Prime Minister. Prime Minister man, Prime Minister, Deputy Prime Minister 2 man, Deputy Prime Minister 3 man, Deputy Prime what man. But now, Your Excellency, we have one who is a loner there, and I've already made it public, even in Parliament, that in the next reshuffle, I think there will be also 4 women in that slot of the Prime Ministership. So I must appreciate what you have done. Above all, those who don't know, the region today has registered the first president of the Republic of Tanzania. I think we need to appreciate our sister for having steered Tanzania very well, and it's going to help us a lot in the regional integration. So I want to appreciate that, Your Excellency. One of the things that the young generation don't know is that in 2018 we revived and we appreciated the role that the women played in liberating Africa from the scourge of colonialism. And I'm very happy to report to you that PAO, or the Pan-African Women Organization, is being revived, and we hope that we'll be able to take all the 5 regions of Africa. But more importantly, while you are asking me to give you a medal, I'm also asking you to give me a medal, because I was in South Africa alone in order to capture the post of Secretary General for Uganda. So I think also I need a medal. Your Excellency, one of the things which our memorandum didn't raise is that the affirmative action is absent from this year's budget. Affirmative action for northern Uganda and the areas which are affected by the Lord's resistance, army, and so on and so forth. It is now absent completely. And I'm urging you, Your Excellency, you cannot be here. Meet the Langis and Acholi who are most affected and you go back without saying something. Let me highlight a few points. One, we used to have a restocking program under OPM and directly actually supervised by you. It is no longer there. And I think you are also aware that NDP 3, where there is regional department program number 14, for those of you who have that big book, is program number 14. It is also absent from the budget. So it means that Northern Uganda is going to be weaker than it was before. Because this affirmative action used to help us a lot, the restocking, the Northern Uganda program and so on. All these are now going to be absorbed and lost out in the Paris development model. I would want you, Your Excellency, to do this for me. You know I'm also a mathematician like you. Let us ring fence the 100 billion that used to be for Northern Uganda reconstruction. Let's ring fence it, and then we will distribute it to the original affected area. If we don't do that, we are going to get uniform budget for under this new model, which many people don't even understand very well yet, and yet Northern Uganda will be weaker and more crippled than it has ever been before. So, Your Excellency, in addition to what you have had, I don't know whether the Achulis have raised it in their memorandum, but in case they forget, somebody, I think the master of ceremony told you that we who are older, we see very far. So I've helped them to see farther than they have been able to see. Maybe finally, I used under program 14, they have left out Lango because they say that Langi are doing fairly well when it comes to poverty reduction, and I think that's one area. Your Excellency, you used to be in the Bible Society, and you know how to quote the Bible. I think slightly better than me, although me have remained as a Mulokole. But I understand you are telling us you are fallen. And if you are fallen, I'm asking you to get back before Jesus Christ comes back. I want to say that in the Bible, they say that investor who was given money and got more, got double, that investor was given more. Now, if Langis have done well to improve the poverty, are you going to punish them by removing them out?
It is called
instead of giving them.
Just to help you, because you seem.
I know you know how to quote, but you don't know how to practice,
It is called the parable of the talents.
The parable. My Lord the Bishop, the parable of the talent. So I will remember that. But I can give a sermon on that as well.
Now you can hear us saying that investor. There are no investors that time.
Your Excellency, under that recovery program is where the cultural complex should have been catered for, the construction of the cultural complex. So I would like you, Your Excellency, to take that up as a matter of urgency, because the late Speaker, Jacob Olanya, launched the project for the construction of the cultural chief complex, but it was left out. It is not even anywhere in the budget. So I'm just raising that as a matter that, and mind you, you are now a member of the Lao community. So if you don't do well for us, we may wonder whether you actually want, or whether you are for me or for us or for who. So we want to make sure that you continue to identify yourself with the Langi and Acholi. So let our cultural institutions, our complexes, be reconstructed under that particular program. Finally, Your Excellency, allow me to say this. As we deal with poverty and under affirmative action, I'm requesting you, and it's not much, I've done the calculation, I'll be giving you the figure later, that if every homestead in Lango and Acholi could be given two oxen and one ox plow, every homestead, that will be able to address some of the gaps that we have been experiencing And Your Excellency, I've learned something from you. I think I told you the other day that there are certain things you say, something of is it the zebra or the lion? So there are certain something about language which may be very difficult to touch. And that something is cotton. Your Excellency, somebody has not given you a good lecture. The lecture which I want to give you in 1 second or in 30 seconds is that cotton is not just a cotton per se.